Get ready with someone who's not a morning person. I genuinely want to know how us as a society, or just as a society as a whole, not necessarily us, how so many people were tricked into the patriarchy. Because I just don't simply understand what makes a man superior to a woman. And as I'm getting older and the forms of communication is getting better and better, we're able to see men in their truest form. And men in their truest form is not that impressive. In fact, what society deems as a great man is an average woman. Women, the only thing that a man has over a woman is strength, physical strength. Mentally, women are stronger. Mentally, women are smarter, more intelligent. They talk about women being emotional. And 40 years on this earth, I have seen more men be more emotional than women. And then you have men who will sit there and say, well, without men, who would protect you? I'm so sorry. The protecting that women need is from other men. The protection that men need is from other men. You see the problem here? I don't hate men. I genuinely don't. I don't hate men. I'm just not impressed by them anymore. I just simply don't think about them. I don't want to be in community with men. And the only type of men that I actually want to be in community with are my family members. Other than that, I don't want to be in community with men. I do have friends and I do have, associates or people I'm okay with. I wouldn't even say friends, but people I'm cool with who are male. But do I trust them fully? No. There's something that I tell my niece and my daughter all the time whenever they start feeling insecure about themselves, whenever they start feeling some type of way about themselves, or something that is for the male gaze. I know I'm not helpful, but I always tell them, relax. A man will fuck an iguana. A man will fuck anything that has a hole. Is it true? Probably not. But our standards for ourselves is much higher than men have for each other and for themselves. They're simply born and raised with the audacity. And I just, I'm realizing also that, and this definitely isn't to be bashing men. I'm definitely not bashing men, but this is just a simple observation. I am the most hated demographic on the planet. Not only am I a woman, I am a black woman. So I'm able to see all of my oppressors on all sides. And when boys are born, they are not raised to be men. They are simply raised to be anti woman. Don't wear that color. It's for girls. Stop crying like a girl. Don't wear that color. I think I already said that. Don't wear that outfit. Don't paint your nails. That's what girls do. Don't do that. That's what girls do. Do this sport. You can't do that sport. That's a sport that girls do. Don't watch that. Women's basketball, it's not that serious. In reality, there are more talented women in basketball than men. There are more talented tennis players as women than there are men. There's just more talent in all sports than men. How did we as a society get brainwashed into the patriarchy? I really want to know. How did we all get brainwashed? And I feel so sorry for male-centered women who I feel bad for the women who genuinely cannot move or cannot, move their lives and function without men and the male gaze. That's something I can't. It's been like this since I was a little girl. As a little girl, I was raised to be part of the patriarchy, but it was never sold to me. Mainly because my father my father is a very angry man, and he was angry for whatever reason, but he was also stupid. So if you ever told, and as someone, okay, as my family, I know useless facts about a whole lot of stuff in this world. As someone who knows a lot, talking to someone like my dad who knows, a little bit of nothing, I was able to firsthand see the stupidity of a man. And I saw my mom, who was very self centered and male centered at the time. I saw that was as someone who I never wanted to be. And I saw my dad as a man I never wanted to be with. They say that women end up marrying their dads or end up with their dads. And honestly, I did not. I did the opposite. I did not have a baby by a man that's anything like my dad. But I can honestly say that about, friends and family members that I've known who have married their fathers. And if their father was a good man, okay, cool. But honestly, I just don't understand this fascination that people have with holding on to the patriarchy. And in reality, the matriarchy is so much better. Hopefully, as a society, we come to our senses eventually. If not in my lifetime, you know what? No, I take that back. In my lifetime, I am actively striving to build a strong community with strong women. And so far, I'm okay with my results. I have some, my sisters are very strong. My kids are strong. The nieces and my daughter are very strong girls. And I hope to grow on that one day soon. But yeah, I don't, that's some propaganda I will not fall for is the patriarchy, because the patriarchy so far is not working. Look around, look at our world. Anyways, here's the finished look.